Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of the TEW 2020 Randomizer series here on the channel. It's Carnival Wars, as it is the finals of the King of the Carnival Wars. And what a card we kind of have put together here. Obviously the main event we know is going to be a Carnival Wars match of Nikita Koloff versus Lance Storm. Obviously the winner is going to take on Mr. Nobody in the next show. And that next show is going to be pretty important because it's going to be the Season 1 finale. I'm going to take a little break for before we get to Season 2. Season 2, we're not just going to book Carnival Wars. We're actually going to book another company as well. We're going to do two companies in one season. For Season 2, we'll kind of do the same thing where we randomize the roster and, we're going to, randomize the product, randomize kind of all that we did with the Carnival Wars. And this should be, pretty fun to see how it's going to go, because I'm not going to, restrict anybody that's a part of this series, or as far as this roster, rather, will be able to be involved if they are randomized on the other show as well. So that should be pretty fun to see how that all plays out. Obviously, that's in the future, as far as we have this show to take care of. As for, I'm very, very excited to see how Nikita Koloff and Lance Storm does. And we're also going to have a co-main of Rob Van Dam versus the Crippler, as that was obviously what could have been the finals if those two men would have won their match. So I just felt like it would be a fun way to have a co-main like that. And that's going to be a Carnival Wars match too. So just kind of like a what could have been. As it's a nice like a for the bronze, if you will, of the King of the Carnival Wars tournament. But yeah, then I'll keep the kind of the undercard. We'll just kind of keep that under wraps till they actually run the show. Obviously, with this series, we're gonna have there's three backstage incidents. It's Steamboat and Yamato. As Steamboat almost got into a fight with Yamato. That will be a fine. Can't be doing that. And then Axe or Smash and Crush almost got into a fight. That could we could play up to that. That'd be pretty fun to kind of play that as far as on screen. But I think we'll just find Smash and we'll see how it goes. And then Choshu's being obnoxious and eventually beat up Honky Tonk Man after a fight broke out. I mean, it is the Honky Tonk Man, so I'm just going to give him a stern warning on that one, yeah. Everybody, nobody liked that. I figured that was going to happen. Alright, so we'll book the main and co-main. It's that Carnival Wars match, the main event, to see who's going to take on Mr. Nobody at our Season 1 finale show. Nikita and Lance Storm. Yeah, but we'll have him go 10. And Nikita is going to win. He'll be the King of the Carnival Wars. I think we'll just have the match be set to regular. Yeah, I think that works. So then the co-main, which we'll probably set to steal the show, because that'll probably be for the best. RVD versus the Crippler. Pretty fun match. As far as, weirdly enough, we've never had those two have a singles match against each other. It's a pretty big deal, because obviously they are two of the top guys we have, and Crippler's going to get the win. There we go. It's pretty good stuff there. As for now the rest of the card, we're going to have a tag match, and it's going to be Mr. Nobody and Jim Powers against against Kenta and Hiroshi Tanahashi. So basically the idea behind Mr. Nobody teaming up with someone like Jim Powers is gonna have a promo before the match that's basically that he, being Mr. Nobody, has the power and the ability to make anybody a somebody. Not even taking a nobody like Jim Powers and making him a somebody, even that tall task, he can do it, just with the power that he has. And he's going to prove it, against this match with Tanahashi and Kenta. But that's not how that goes in the match. The match does not go like that for Mr. Nobody, as Kenta is going to beat Jim Powers. And there'll be a bloody beatdown afterwards where Mr. Nobody just loses it. You know, he's not the cool, calm, collected, thinking that he has the power and it is this kind of foreseeing mega force in the Carnival Wars, where he's someone that can break the fourth wall, can predict what's going to happen. That even he got it wrong, and he just loses it. And he just kind of showing the fatal side of Mr. Nobody. But yeah, I mean, just definitely the drop in the leg on the with the chair over top of Jim Powers' face as he drops the leg, even though it doesn't look maybe that, but it as far as psychology wise, would that be something that would do a lot of damage? Probably not. But it's still, I think it's a pretty cool visual though, so that's what we're gonna go with. And Mr. Nobody, he busts him open, and it's a whole angle, but it's really putting over that Mr. Nobody maybe doesn't in fact have all of the Carnival Wars wrapped around his finger, and that he is slowly losing it before his title match with Nikita Koloff. I think it's just kind of a fun subliminal story. And then the next match we're going to do, Honky Tonk Man versus Rick Martel. Just two heels. Heel versus heel match. But one's definitely better than the other. But this would kind of be a fun little match to see. As we're going to have Martel get the win. I would have it be a car crash. Oh no, Honky Tonk Man was about to win. That would have been bad. Even though obviously Martel's going to get shit on by the crowd for pretty much no reason. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll make it work. As I gotta add the Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody. We'll make. I say will and can make a nobody into a somebody. Just a 3-minute promo. Entertainment. Not rated. Jim Powers. But for the best. So wow, I kind of underestimated how long this show will be, because we still have. I guess we only have 2 more matches left, and then we're gonna have to open up the show. Obviously, we'll have Finkel hype up the main, but there's gonna be kind of the old UFC, or maybe not old. That's the early and mid 2000s, actually mid 2000s, late 2000s, where for UFC shows they would kind of have the dueling promo where they kind of shot it back and forth as the guy was sitting in the chair talking about what he's gonna do with the old gladiator music that they used to play. I always loved that, and I thought that a wrestling company could do that, and just to really put over that this is kind of like a shoot, and Nikita really, his promo is more focused on wanting this win so badly so he can get his hands on Mr. Nobody, having that history with him, and that it's not about nationality anymore. It's about being the better man and being the best in the Carnival Wars. And the same thing for Lance Storm, too, saying that doesn't have to worry about being a first Canadian champion because we've already had that. It's more about beating Mr. Nobody and being the best in the business and being the best in Carnival Wars. So just kind of that premise of that and what they're going to do to each other. As far as Nikita's going to, his focus is on his strength. They're going to power him and overpower him. Whereas Lance, obviously, technically a little bit more sound. So just that kind of the dueling promos there. I think we'll have that just be one segment. But as far as now, the actual, we'll get to booking the rest of the fucking show here. It's going to be a 6-man. All of Demolition, Axe, Smash, and Crush against the kind of team, or not, I wouldn't say thrown together team, but kind of the babyface team of Rikishi, Bobo, and No Way Jose. As we're going to have Bobo beat. We're going to have him beat Crush. And it's going to lead to. I'm trying to think what would probably be the best idea for this. Maybe Wild Raw. So I guess Crush was not happy about that. Assuming Axe wouldn't. I guess we'll just keep him strong because. Well, we had Crush losing anyway, so. neither here nor there on that. Let's see if... There we go, Barry Darso. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, so yeah, we're good on that now. Perfect. So the opener is going to be a tag of Jado and Geto taking on the vengeful spirits of Kana and Bloody Mary. The Cannonballs, world-class human cannonballs. They've had a tag match before where it was a fateful night, Carnival Carnage back in July. Kana and Bloody Mary won that match. This time, though, not so much. Jado and Geto are going to get the win as Jado's going to beat. It's going to be a tough one to call, but I'm assuming Bloody Mary would probably be the worst of the two. I don't know, though. You know, at the same time, that's going to be a tough one. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen, though. She was going to be pissed about that. She's the most over person in this match. Just hilarious to think about. Since she's already pissed about it, might as well just take that off. And we'll have the dueling pre-show promos from the finals. I guess for the main event. That makes sense. I'm excited. I mean, I wouldn't say excited. I'm intrigued by how that's going to go as far as this angle. I'm assuming like mid to low 50s. And obviously this, the Howard Finkel intro. Just very to the point, it's very much like a one-match show, but at the same time, we have a great co-main, and it's probably going to be the best thing on the card. So that's exciting. So we'll, microphone overness. Howard Finkel. Everyone. Oh. To the finals. Yeah, 2 minutes. To the point, There you go, 10 segments. Just under 100 minutes. I think it's going to be a pretty good show. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, 58. Not bad. We'll see how 57. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, that should be a pretty fun main event, too. So 42 for the opener. Yeah, Jado and Geto did outperform him. Crossface of Jado. It's Jado with the Bloody Mary. There goes Geto, with a 48. Probably should have got maybe a little bit more as far as him getting a win. Woman's the 6th man. It's Demolition versus Bobo, Rikishi, and No Way Jose. It's Bobo with the cocoa butt, rather. And in 10:24. So the idea is at the season 1 finale show, there's going to be Rikishi and Bobo against Axe and Smash for the tag titles. So we'll see how that does. 45 for Rick Martel and Honk Tonk Man. And 2 crazy matches in quick succession. Wasn't a great idea. There's that. Didn't really put that one together, but figured it'd still be a pretty good match. Which it was. Not bad. Boston Crab for Rick Martel in 8:53. Wow. Hogan's promo with a 73. How about that? A 55 for the match. Jim Powers obviously with a 13. And they had 0 chemistry deal. Yeah, that was just, kind of a fun idea of someone bolstering that much that he can do that. And obviously, just pure delusion at this point. And he destroys him after the match after coming up short. It's the match, the co-main, is the Crippler and Rob Van Dam. Crippler with 78, 63 for RVD. It's Crippler Crossface, 11:53. I got a 76. Really good co-main. Good luck to the main. But the next train, though, he should be okay. A 75. That's actually pretty close. I didn't think it would be that close. As Nikita wins with, I guess, not sure. I'm going to say just the stretch muffler, just to be cool. So Nikita Koloff busts out the stretch muffler. Beat Lance Storm. 9:56. Now we have, our season 1 finale set. Nikita getting a title match against Mr. Nobody. And having a tag title match of Rikishi and Bobo teaming up. Even though they had a tournament match, against each other. Plus, they've had matches in the past against each other. Going to put those differences aside. Try to take out Demolition. And yeah, I mean that's. I'm sure we'll have a lot more stuff as well. So obviously the Crippler is kind of eyeing, he'll probably start off season 2 as the number one contender with that win. So you got to think of that as well. And yeah, I mean, just a very, very fun show. I think that was, obviously we had our main players involved in a lot of the cards. So can't never go wrong with that. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll put over. I hate to do this, but yeah, just everybody that kind of was awesome. We'll just put over. Nothing too crazy about that. Not trying to worry about morale or anything like that. Who gives a shit about all that? We'll make it work. And so that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all had a great start to the new year already. As I mean, I was watching just starting off the new year for that Pro Wrestling Noah show. Katsuhiko Nakajima and Go Shiozaki. What a main event. So much fun. Nakajima's that suplex off the ramp, I thought for sure he was gonna die. He was just a couple of inches away from going head first right onto the fucking ramp instead of going out to the side. That would have been bad. That would have been really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that. I just feel like it's a good idea to not only stop as far as for the season, but also bringing it back for season 2 with another company as well to add to this kind of the Rainbow universe as it's going to be called. If we get to that point where there's even like 5, 6, 7, 8 companies, in one save, that'd be pretty nuts. But yeah, that was a pretty fun show, and I'm not sure what we're gonna call the final show. We'll see, as it might just be the season 1 finale show. There might not be anything creative about it as far as the title name. Fingers crossed, though, I can get something going. But I just feel like the season finale, it's to the point, makes sense. So fuck it, might as well. As thank you all, and take care, everyone.